to this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live, the show which ensures that you profit from your time spent here with experts, either through the industry insights, information, or simply learning from them. And today we have Elisabeth Griffioen. She's a video marketing expert, a video maker, script guru, and YouTuber in one. And she has the top of the mind video company. We'll be talking about a lot of stuff, and especially we'll be talking about how to start a YouTube channel as an entrepreneur. Welcome to the show, Elisabeth.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be your guest. Yes. I've watched a lot of your videos already. I'm a fan.
Wonderful. And as I was talking to you before the show, we all both of us in our own countries, we know about the importance of freedom, about how it is, and we are celebrating tomorrow. It will be the 77th Independence Day for us, so that is why you can see the Indian flag in that backdrop, and that is where we'll be put it out and to bring that celebration a day ahead. And tomorrow it will be full place. We'll have a lot of things that we Indians do on this day. And you people, there is a lot of similarity between our flags and your flags. As I was talking about, we have the saffron first. You got the red. We have the white. You also have the white. We have the green. You have the blue. So
Yes.
there is that only difference. So coming back to the show, Elisabeth, we'll try to understand in terms of how to start a YouTube channel as an entrepreneur. We all know that everybody knows how to use YouTube nowadays, almost everyone, and it is very easy to open a channel. Just go there, have a Gmail, and just start with that. But what about an entrepreneur? How does he starts with this YouTube channel? Because then you are in a totally different frame of mind. You are talking about branding, you are talking about marketing, you are doing all that stuff. So how does an entrepreneur get started with this thing called a YouTube channel?
Yes. But I think if as an entrepreneur, we start
Elizabeth,
being in a
Elizabeth,
yeah.
the audio is not very clear. This is again.
Oh.
Let's
Let me watch the settings. Let me watch. What can I do to change this? Maybe this is better. Would this be better? Would this be better? Do you think it's a bit better? Is this a bit better?
No, not.
Oh, let me try.
Yeah.
Now, I am
Yes.
hoping this is better. Is this better now?
Much better.
Oh,
Much
good. Okay, so I was going to tell you about how to start a YouTube channel as an entrepreneur. And the first thing I think we should think about is, if you are an entrepreneur, we want to sell our services. And we can be focused on that. Whereas YouTube, we need a bit of a different frame of mind, because YouTube is more about being of service. And that's how you start being seen and known as an entrepreneur. So what we should think about if we start a YouTube channel is, how can I be of service to my target audience? Giving them little bits of information that will help them. What little bits of information will help them without saying at the end of every video, buy my products or buy my services. So it's just, it needs the mindset of being helpful towards your target audience and helping them make the first steps they need to set toward their success, what they want to reach.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
You
We're
were
not
saying?
selling. We're not trying to sell our stuff directly in our videos on YouTube. And that's the big difference from a lot of other marketing and branding we do.
Right. So firstly, how does an entrepreneur start? Because the confusion is that, should you just go start with a normal channel, or should you start with a brand channel? Because as you do a bit of search, you can get these all results, and one may get confused. You are a brand, But should you go for a brand channel or edit anything, or just a simple channel will work?
Just a simple channel will work. Yes, keep it as simple as possible, because it's all about the videos you put on there, and all the stuff around it isn't as important as it might seem.
Okay.
And what
as
you,
right. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. As an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, especially, what should I put out in a channel? Because you may think, okay, I should keep on putting as many things as possible. And as an entrepreneur, you are not just any other content creator. And as an entrepreneur, you have got your stakeholders. People will be watching you as a business. How do you do that thing? What should you put? What you should not put? Should you put about yourself? Should you put about your family? Or should you put about your products? Should you put about your services? What is it that you put, and how much to put?
There's so much you can do. That's also good, because there's so many videos you can make. And I think the first, people usually use YouTube and Google, because they are linked, so that's important. Mostly we use, and we do it ourselves as well, to look up stuff. How do I do this? It's like it's what people say, it's a how-to channel. If I want to know how I can make a chocolate pie, I go to YouTube. If I want to know how I can, well, paint my door, I go to YouTube, whatever. So I think if you look at it from the first question you can ask yourself is, how can I make videos in which I teach people something they want to do? And often we can think, well, I'm not giving away all my knowledge and all my experience, but it's just really in the small things. Whereas I teach video making, and my most successful videos are about what microphone do you need, or what light do you need. And for me, that's like really simple, not very important stuff to talk about, but lots of people want to know it. So that's what I make videos about. So we're looking for the stuff that's easy for you to share and that your target group doesn't know yet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You see, you are an expert. So as an expert, sometimes we think whatever we know, people may not need that because it's such a simple step. But actually, people need a lot of, basics from the start, how to do step by step. And that is where, all these things are necessary. Even before talking, I was thinking about what to put for the headline, whether YouTube channel, nobody wants to know about it. But as an entrepreneur, I'm sure anybody would want to understand things in a better manner about, how to utilize a YouTube channel for the best for their entrepreneurship, lead generation, business, and that is where a lot of things come in terms of now as a YouTube channel. Obviously, one of the most important thing you want to do is the marketing part, using it as a marketing tool. How do you do that? Suppose video everybody can make, but a lot of people can make boring videos. You talk about making engaging videos. How do you make an engaging video, and what is this engaging word about? It can be very interesting, but it may not be engaging for me. Many good videos, they never get many views. So how do you bring about that engagement part, and then you also make it successful in terms of YouTube algorithms?
Yeah, that's a lot of questions at the same time. But I think we start off making the videos about the right subjects. That's the first thing, because we want to make videos about what people actually want to know. But then if people start watching a video, well, if it's just a talking head with a boring background, then people are done watching fairly quickly. And especially if people are just pressing record and start to talk from the cuff and telling, then this video usually lacks some structure. So there's a couple of things you can do to make people curious and get them to watch the video until the end, which is really what we want, because we want people to watch as many minutes as possible of a video. And the first thing I think is to make sure that your video is diverse in shots. So it's not the whole time the same shots. That's one thing, and it's not very difficult to do, but a lot of people think, oh, but then I have to do editing and stuff like that. And yes, but there's lots of ways you can make a video more diverse in shots. You can use extra shots. You can walk about making a video, recording your video. So that's the first thing I think we should look at. Just do a little more than just have a talking head in the same shot the whole time. And something else I really swear by is using a script for my videos. So I'm not just pressing record and start talking. I think it through beforehand. I have the structure already in my head. I know I've thought of a good opening line. I know I'm going to introduce myself and tell people what I do. And I always end with a easy to do call to action.
Okay. And for an entrepreneur, how do you again differentiate between an engaging video and a clickbaity one? Because you may think, I want to reach as many people as possible because they are your potential customers. How do you do that?
Yeah, clickbait. It's very alluring to make clickbait and say, oh, you shouldn't miss this, and this is the number one rule and stuff like that. But that gets a bit stale very quickly. And I think engaging is where people, the videos where people have the feeling, oh, I really can do something with what this person is telling me. And it has to do with making a great promise at the start of the video and keeping that promise. So tell people in this video, I'm going to tell you how you can do this or that, or what's the first thing you have to avoid in order to prevent something. Make a promise at the start and stick to the promise, and then people will really have the feeling that they got something from you. And the great thing about if you're an entrepreneur and you're making videos is that in your opinion, you're just giving away very, very small bits of information, but people really appreciate it. Because they feel like, oh, I've learned something from this video and I can do this right away. This will improve my life or get me closer to my goals right away. And I think the challenge is mostly that we as an entrepreneur, you have so much to tell, you have so much knowledge, you can tell people so much. And I think the challenge is not to try to stuff all that into one video, but to make 100 videos with 100 small pieces of information.
Right. Elisabeth.
Yes.
Now, in terms of, the entrepreneurship, a lot of people are entrepreneurs. A lot of young people are into entrepreneurship. But a lot of experts who are, say, middle-aged, who are 40 plus, even 50 plus, even 60 plus. In the last few years, this whole video thing have exploded like anything. And more than your expertise, I see a lot of people now trying to understand about camera, about angle, about all this video stuff which they never needed. And a lot of your mind goes to that. What would you like to tell these entrepreneurs in their own way, experts, in terms of the tools that they need for their marketing? The marketing part, they need to do it because they have to also reach out to new clients, more potential clients. This gives that opportunity. Young people can know about these things, new tools, but what about the slightly older people? Help us understand in terms of the technical stuff that one needs. What are the tools that one will need that will serve the younger lot as well as not so younger lot and help them make the best video marketing.
Yes, I think the biggest difference between the generations is that younger people are more used to being imperfect. And older people, older, over 30, grew up with television and movies where everything was good. And then we think if we get in front of the camera, it has to have the same perfection as we see on the movie screens and on television. And that is not true. I think a not so perfect video works a lot better than the perfect lit and edited video. Because video on the internet is about people having the feeling they've actually met you. So we can't be perfect in real life. So we should not be perfect on a video. So the first thing for everyone is to set the bar a bit lower. I think if you make a video that should give like a 5 or a 6 out of 10, you think, oh well, I'm not very happy with it myself, but post that anyway, and that will work better than a video that you are as an entrepreneur say, oh, this is great. So video is about getting in touch with people and showing that you're not perfect, as well as in content as in techniques, is really the best way to do marketing. But you do need a couple of things. I think you need a microphone. We had a sound issue at first. Sound is really important. So I advise everyone to wear a lavalier microphone, a lapel microphone, one that you clip on your lapel. What's it called? Well, here, and stick and stick into and plug into your smartphone. They're very cheap as well, so it's very easy to get one and hook it up to your smartphone, because smartphones are just perfect for this, and you can work right away. And then something for stability, because holding it in your hand makes for a very shaky image. So I'm a big fan of selfie sticks, actually. Yes, selfie sticks for walking around, and selfie sticks if you were, and I have a selfie stick with little feet, with little legs. I'll show it to you.
Yes, please.
Here.
Okay.
I can just place this on the table.
Okay.
And that's it's really only two things: something for stability and something for good sound.
Okay, that's great, especially
Yeah.
the imperfection part. Nowadays, I totally agree with you. If I looked at perfection part, Elizabeth, I would not have come to this level of more than around 500 to 600. I don't know, sir. Some things I have not calculated, but more than 500 live interviews if I
Yeah.
would not have been doing. Because you yourself come, and it's nice to hear from you. You are a former TV director,
Yes,
and
I
now
am.
you are talking about imperfection. So that is the level that we have traveled, that authenticity should come into what you are doing, and that perfection can be there, but don't get so hung up on that
No.
you are not able to do the work, and that
No.
is a nice thing. But in terms of, you said if you are giving yourself 5 to 6 is okay, but in terms of, is that okay even in terms of content? Where can one let it go, and where one should not let it go in terms of creating your videos?
And not let it go in looking for the right subjects for videos. We can't. But I think the easiest way to start, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to have your YouTube channel, is to make videos where you answer the most frequently asked questions.
Okay.
Just the basics, all the basic stuff. All the basic stuff, how to videos, but also how can you work with me? What's it cost? What happens? All the stuff that people sort of want to know, but maybe would be hesitate to ask. Just make sure it's all there on your YouTube channel. I think the first 10 videos should be just frequently asked questions.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
a very important
And
point.
also, those are the easy ones, because those are questions you've answered like 10 times before. So in that case, I wouldn't worry too much about perfection. I would just make sure your sound is good, and you've got some light on your face, and just press record and answer it. Yeah. Make it
Right.
easy on yourself. And the thing about YouTube, I like that a lot. If you look up everyone who is big on YouTube, most of them have their old videos still on there. And you can see how they got better at making the videos, but you can also see how they started out. And usually that's very small and just easy videos. And that's how you can start out as well. You can grow up on YouTube. Show your learning curve.
Indeed, Elizabeth. Coming from a television background at senior position yourself, how did you manage to scale down that expectation from yourself? Once you learn so much of perfection, and then you are okay with that. I know a bit about it. I come myself from a television background, but I was not in that TV director role. I was an editor role. I could still. How did you manage to bring that down, and now you are serving the industry? Because it can be quite tricky. It can be difficult also for people.
Yeah. Yeah, I found it really hard, to be honest. Yes, because I used to travel with a camera crew. I had a cameraman and a sound man, well, that was what my work was like. And suddenly I found myself at home having to take a painting off the wall to have a white background and use lighting all the lights in my house to have enough light. And I I found it humbling at first because knowing so much about making videos, I made all the beginner's mistakes once again. So my first video, I was hitting the microphone all the time because I was so nervous, and I didn't look into the camera, and I said a lot of all that stuff. I had to sort of learn to make my videos by myself, and I did know a lot about it, but I had to make all the beginner mistakes, and I think I did them all twice. Yes. So that's after that, I was able to teach other people what to look for. So I had to make those mistakes, but forgetting to plug in the microphone, everything happened. Yes. Yes. But I also learned that it feels like a big thing to not want to make all those mistakes and having to learn all that, but it's a very steep learning curve. We do learn. So if we forget to plug in the microphone once, we will not forget to do that again. And I feel that people who start to make videos, they all have to. You have to make all the mistakes once. I've got a bingo card in Dutch with all those mistakes on it, and once you've done them, then you've learned it. Yeah, and we have to be easy on ourselves in that. Friendly. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got to be easy on yourself, and you got to keep learning. In terms of, as a video expert now, a lot of people, and that you have you are a professional video expert now, you have clients. In terms of people, they can do everything themselves, and they can do things imperfectly also. People will accept that. Where does the role of video expert come in to fine tune what part of this whole video making process for their clients? How does it work? Do they have a future? You have a very good work going on. Initially starting, you said that you were scraping video jobs, and within 6 months you were getting what you wanted to do. So how do you come to that position? Who are my customers? Who can be, when others can make an imperfect video, that is okay. Who would need my services for a perfect job?
It's what I teach is a lot about the mindset. What can I make a video about? So lots of people come to me, ask me what microphone do I need, and do I need a camera and stuff like that. But that's really only the start. I think once you start a YouTube channel, you have to get into the mindset of sharing and make a habit of making a video every 2 weeks or every week, you sometimes think, what am I going to do this week? What kind of video am I going to do? And I help people keep coming up with new subjects, keep finding new things to make videos about. And for me, the magic is really in how you can be helpful and concise and do personal branding in a video. Get all the stuff together. And that's what I help most people with. Yeah, because I see people starting a YouTube channel and then burning out, having done 5-6 videos and then, stopping. And it's a bit of you have to stick to it for a while to get it to work for you. So that's what I do mostly. I make it easy for people to make videos.
Absolutely. That's very reassuring for a lot of people, because there is always going to be a market for people who are offering their services into video making. Now,
Yes.
there is so much to learn from you, Elisabeth, and you have written this book, the Little Black Book of Video Marketing. Tell us about that so that people can also learn from that.
Yes, when I started off, lots of people were saying to me, you have to write a book. And I was like, I'm video. I can't write, I'm not writing a book, but I love books myself. And I found something about video that is not changing, because everything with video is changing all the time. The platforms, the techniques, the stuff, it's all changing. But what's not changing is the actual content and the structure of the content. So I worked with lots of my clients. I made sample scripts for them. So you can make a video about this subject and then start off with this and all the steps of writing the script. And I have made 7 scripts for videos, for different kind of scripts, for a sales video, for 7, sorry. How to give a useful advice, how to do a giveaway video. And I wrote them down with examples and exact steps and some extra additional tips for filming the videos. And that's in the book. So if you want to make a video, you can just go through the book and think, okay, what format shall I choose? And then you fill out the steps, and then you've got your script.
Right,
Yeah.
Elisabeth. There is much to learn from you. So, obviously for that they will have to come to you, even if they have read the book. So what is the best way for people to know more about you? Also, to professionally engage with you for people, because it's a global world. Anybody may want to reach to you from anywhere.
Yeah. Okay, the book is on Amazon. It's for sale on Amazon. It's so that's easy. And otherwise, they could go to my website, Top of Mind Video Marketing. .com, topofmindvideomarketing.com, and there's all the information. And you can reach me through there as well.
Absolutely. Whatever you have said, it will not just be about top of your mind video marketing. It will also, whatever good suggestions you have given to a lot of people, I'm sure these suggestions will be on the top of their mind, like it will be on the top of my mind for a great time to come. With this, it's a wrap on this very special edition of the KAJ Masterclass Live. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.